Hey guys, so in this video I want to show you how to build TM Warlock for High Roller, starting with a budget kit. And this is a kit where you get the most bang for your buck stats, which enchants to focus on which pieces to buy, and you'll end up with the most effective combination of stats. And then from that budget kit, I'll show you where you can spend gold to upgrade it as you get more and more successful with TM Warlock. And once you're profitable with the budget kit, which is going to be around 10,000 gold, you can start upgrading it to the next level. And I'll show you where to prioritize those upgrades. So really quickly, let's go over spells and perks. For TM Warlock, you're going to run these 4 perks: Vampirism, Torture Mastery, Anti-Magic, Soul Collector. You're going to run Phantomize for Kite Potential. This is pretty standard. And then for your spells, you're always going to have Pain, Sack, Hydra. I would always recommend taking Dark Bolt. And then for your last spell, I take Hellfire in trios. If I'm playing duos, I will run either Flamewalker or Curse of Weakness. If you're playing with a melee partner, like Warlock Fighter, take Weakness to help your melee partner box other melees. If you're playing double range, like Warlock Wizard or Warlock Ranger, I would take Flamewalker so you can kite better. Okay, now that we have the perks and spells figured out, let's start building our kit. So I'm starting at around 131k gold. We're going to try to keep around a 10,000 gold budget. The main stats you want to focus on are agility first, that's your most important stat, then knowledge, and then vigor. To start off, we're going to let's buy our more expensive pieces first because they're going to take up most of our budget. So let's get a spell book. We're going to get a purple spell book, and we want 2 magical healing. So magical healing is a very important stat, obviously, for TM Warlock. We get as much as we can without breaking the bank. So we're looking for healing, cast speed, and for the last roll, I would prefer magic resistance. I don't think magic power is that effective. So what we can actually do is just buy one without any gems and make it ourselves, right? So 900 gold, and then a couple purple gems aren't too pricey. Maybe like 100 gold each. So let's put in our magic resists, and let's put in our cast speed. Now the magic resist is really nice because it makes you super strong against other casters like wizards and warlocks, which are pretty popular now. There's really no other enchant you can get that kind of value from on your book. Magic Damn bonus doesn't scale too hard on warlock spells because they have low base. So this is a combination I recommend for a purple book. Okay, we have our book. We spent about 1,000 gold. Now let's get an occultist hood. So we want agi, we want knowledge. Oh, here's one with 3 agi, but it doesn't have add magic. Here's 3-1 with 1 add magic. Here's 3-2 with 1 add magic. Wow, this one's pretty cheap. I like this. It's almost as good as you can get for a purple. We'll take that. Then we're gonna get Mystic Gloves. Obviously, you have to buy these pieces because they have magical healing on them. Same thing for gloves, agi, knowledge, and then last roll should be vigor. We want at least 2 agi, if possible 3, but depending on your budget, maybe 2 is all we can get. So if I don't find any cheap ones that have 3 agi, it's gonna be pricey. Agi is a stat a lot of casters want. So let's get this one. It's 2-2, and then I can go for the gem on the last roll. Pray we high roll it. We low rolled. Okay, it's fine. Not a big deal. Like I said, agi and knowledge are most important, so we get our move speed and cast speed correct. And we're playing a kite class, so ideally we avoid all damage, but having some health is really nice, so you have some margin in case you mess up. Next, we're gonna let's get our Lightfoot boots. You're always gonna wear Lightfoots. There's no better option for move speed, and move speed is your most important stat on TM Warlock. You're playing a kite class. So same thing, agi, knowledge, and vigor. Can we get something that doesn't break the bank? These get pricey pretty quickly. You know what? Let's take this one. It's already, even the third roll's kind of fine. We'll maybe leave the cast speed on it just to save some money. Now for our chest piece, we're always going to get an occultist robe. Again, agility and knowledge. This one might be hard to find with good rolls. It's 1,300. We'll take this one. Perfect. And again, this is the budget kit, so we're not trying to find 3-3. Like 3-1 or 2-1 or 2-2, that's fine. This is just your starter kit for high roller TM Warlock. Pants are always going to be padded leggings. These are super nice. Because we have agi everywhere, you don't really need loose trousers. I think you get way more value from padded leggings. They have more armor, same move speed penalty, and you get to have vigor. Gives you a lot of HP. So this one is really good. I like this. So won't need to spend any gems. It's 900 gold. Fills the spot up. Perfect. So we're already at 309 move speed. This is perfect. I would say for the budget kit, 308 is the minimum, but if you get at least 2 agi everywhere, you should be closer to 310. The kits I build for myself are 310 move speed, so in terms of move speed, we're as good as it gets really for the high roller kits. Now let's get a cloak. We're going to be low on cast speed, 23. It'll be a bit higher, so let's get a Radiant Cloak. Just a purple one with 2 magical healing. 2 healing is the high roll, so we should be able to find one, hopefully. Here's one. Here's another. Trying to find one with a gem already. So 1400 if I want one with a gem. We're 1200 without a gem. I mean, I think it works out to like the same cost, so let's take this one for 1300. Put a little socket in it. Let's get cast speed. Pretty high roll. It's about a mid roll, not too bad. So now we're at 33 cast speed. Necklace now is always going to be a peace neck. This one's going to be a bit pricey for 2 healing, but if you want to play TM, it's not really the cheapest class to play. So healing, cast speed, add magic. This one has everything we want. It's 2,000 gold, but you know, it is what it is. We do need those stats. I found another one that's 6 health instead of this one that has 5 health. So be mindful of that. Peace neck can roll 5 or 6. Get 1 extra HP for 100 gold. I'll take that. Okay, now our neck is on, and now we just need rings. So looking at our stats, cast speed could be a little bit better, move speed's fine, health could be a little bit better. So what we can do here is we're gonna get a wisdom ring with 3 healing. This is gonna be pricey. Wisdom rings are very pricey compared to the others. They're just in demand from a lot of classes. Ideally, we want one with a cast speed and add magic roll. So you're gonna find a lot of these that are already pre-gemmed. Okay, here's one with 3 healing and I can gem it. Bit concerned about the budget, so the second ring, actually, you know what, we don't need 2 wisdom rings. Let's go get a vitality ring for some health. This should be a lot cheaper. Yes, it is. It's like half the price. Okay, 3 healing, cast speed, magic power. We'll take this one. So obviously 4 healing is better, but realistically you won't find a lot of those for that price. So we're going to put on add magic. Remember, add magic is super important because we have low base damage, so adding 1 to all our spell damage is super valuable. So we ended up with 46 cast speed, which goes up to 50-ish with book out. And that goes even higher when you have 3 all from Soul Collector. So great cast speed, great move speed. Health is 139. How much did we spend? I started at 131,000 gold, right? So we spent like 13K. So this was what I was expecting for the budget kit. Oh, and then we need a longsword, right? So, I mean, you can just buy you can buy any mid longsword for like 300-400 gold. This was the budget kit. It was somewhere between 10 and 15,000 gold, like 12 or 13K. That's the cheapest it's going to get, honestly. I bought the cheapest version of every piece. But looking at our final stats, this is not that much worse than the full legendary kit I run. So this is super, super good. Like I said, you're going to get the most bang for your buck by wearing these exact pieces with these exact rolls. So this kit is very powerful. The only thing you're kind of missing out on is MDR cap, but there's just no way to do it with purple neck, purple cloak, purple book. We're missing an extra roll, but that's fine. Again, it's a budget kit. You're not going to have the perfect stats. Okay, now that we've built our budget kit, what I would recommend is to pre-make your Warlock kits for High Roller, especially if you're just starting out and you're learning, you're going to die a lot. So it's nice having them pre-made like I've made mine here. 13K, you know, it's pretty cheap for a High Roller kit, especially at this point in the wipe where everyone's running legendary jewelry. There's a lot of artifacts. Like if you can't afford 13K for a kit, then you're not ready for High Roller. If you are a bit experienced and 13K is not too bad. I mean, compared to like fighters, I'm pretty sure 13K is really cheap, honestly. So this is like the minimum price you need to make an effective High Roller kit. With these stats, I'd be very confident in High Roller. This is not bad at all. This is the right way to build it. Now, let's say you're a bit richer than that, and maybe you have 20,000 gold budget. For an extra few thousand gold, you can make this kit a lot better. The main upgrades we want to look at are magic healing. Right now, we're only at 16. You can get a maximum of 20 without counting like demon clads or uniques.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Definitely, let's go and upgrade our magic healing. And the way we're going to do that first, the most cost-effective upgrade is going to be your gloves and your hood. So you can see the purple occultist hood has 2 healing base. The purple mystic glove has 2 healing base. Legendary gives us 3. So we want to upgrade these to legendary and try and keep the same rolls. So let's do that. You should be about 2,000 gold. 2 agi, 3 vigor, 1 knowledge, 1,500. 2 agi, 2 knowledge, 2 vigor, 2,000 gold. This is pretty good. We'll take this. And then let's get our mystic gloves. Same thing. Agi, vigor, knowledge. Last roll can be either will or cast speed. Both are nice. This one's really good. 3, 2, 2 with 1 will for 1,500. We'll take that. So honestly, the original pieces were what, 500 gold? So this is an extra 1,000 gold here, maybe an extra 1,000 gold here. For 2,000 gold, we upgraded pretty significantly. Honestly, that's definitely a must-have upgrade. We're gonna take away this cast speed and replace it with add magic. That's our most valuable stat. Definitely gonna prio that. So now we've gained some health as well. We used to be 139, now we're 143. 309, 46 cast speed. But more importantly, we've gained 2 magical healing. Now we're 18 healing with book out, and that's really good. And the last 2 healing is gonna come from upgrading our rings, but that's pretty costly, so we're gonna save those upgrades for later. So now we have basically a 15,000 gold kit with legendary hood, legendary gloves, everything else is purple. Now let's say you have some more money. What can we upgrade next to get the most like bang for your buck? So these 3 pieces, Lightfoot's, padded leggings, and occultist robe, if you upgrade them, you're not going to gain too much. You're going to gain 1 base stat and 1 enchant. It's not going to be, game breaking, or it's not going to change your stats drastically. The big upgrade is actually going to come from cloak, because cloak enchants are high, like it rolls really high. We'll want to upgrade that, and then the book. Upgrading your book not only gives you another big enchant, but it gives you an extra damage on all your spells. So that's huge. For a class with low base damage, that's something we want to prioritize. So to take this kit to the next level, let's upgrade these 2 pieces. For cloak, we're going to go to legendary, find one with 2 healing. If you find one with no enchants, you can just make it yourself. So we're looking for healing, add magic, cast speed, and magic resist. A lot of people are putting magic pen on their cloak. It's understandable. It's not a bad stat. So this one has 3 of the 4 rolls we want. So it has 2 healing, magic resistance, cast speed. Even though it's a bit low rolled, it's fine. Since it already came gemmed, we saved some money. Just need to put in the last enchant, which is the add magic. So now we've upgraded this, and that was like 1,000 more gold. If we spend another 1,000 gold, we can upgrade our book. This one might be a little more pricey. Legendary 2 healing book is definitely going to be maybe 2 to 3k. Let's see what we can find. 2,500 for this one, and it has 1 gem slot. So let's do that. So healing, magic power, cast speed. These are the 3 rolls we want, and then for the last roll, magic resistance. Again, this brings us closer to magic resistance cap. And you might be wondering, like, why are we putting magic resistance on everything? Shouldn't we just get armor instead? That way we're stronger against rangers. That's something I thought a lot about, but the reality is, let's say instead of 18 magic resist and 21 magic resist, you put armor. What that translates to in terms of physical damage reduction is a lot worse than magic damage reduction. So 18 magic resistance translates to a much bigger MDR number than 18 armor translates into a PDR number. And not to mention, when we're at the top of the curve for MDR, we're gaining exponential value by going from like 55 to 65 MDR. It only sounds like you're gaining 10 MDR, but that last 10 MDR is super valuable. So since we're already at the top of the MDR curve, I think it's better to just double down on what you're already strong at than try to mitigate your weakness. And I've tested having armor on everything instead of magic resistance, and all it really does is really nothing. It's pretty much not even noticeable. Rangers are still going to be a huge threat. You're still going to struggle with them. All it really does is makes you a bit vulnerable to wizards, which we definitely don't want. I like being god mode against wizards. So now we've upgraded those pieces. What's next in line for the upgrades? At this point, we can start upgrading our other purples to legendaries. If you have another 1k gold per piece, maybe even 2k gold. So let's go upgrade our occultist robe to the legendary version. Same rolls, agi knowledge. This one's pretty good. It already has a gem and rolls that are valuable. It's 3,000 gold. A bit pricey, but we're at that point when we're doing these final upgrades. It's pretty much like you have too much money. So we're not really gaining too much in terms of stats, but if you have too much gold, like these are what you would upgrade next. Wow. These padded leggings would be insane, but they have demon damage bonus. I mean, they're insane anyway. Like, that's just a dead roll, but 322 is still really good. I'll take those. Now let's get our legendary Lightfoots. These are going to be pricey because 2 agi is super contested. Wow, this one's actually really cheap. 1,200 for these rolls. That's going to get bought soon. More realistically, you should expect to spend closer to 3,000 gold for this upgrade. We're looking for 2 agi, 2 knowledge. Here it is. 4,000 gold. It has 3 vigor as well, so we gain a lot of health. Pricey, but we're at that point. So boom, boom. So we look at our stats. We gained a lot of health. From the budget kit, we had 139 HP. After all these upgrades, we've gained 10 health. Our cast speed is pretty much the same, and we gained 1 move speed. I mean, this is something you realize as you spend more money on Warlock kits, you don't gain more damage, you don't gain more move speed, you're really just becoming tankier. You gain defensive stats, which are good, to be fair. So 18 magic healing. All that's left now is to upgrade our jewelry. Getting 4 healing rings will go a long way. I would recommend buying legendary vitality rings. You can get 4 healing a lot cheaper than wisdom rings. And you should have enough knowledge in the rest of your kit to make it work. Let's see if that's the case here. So we're looking for 4 healing rings. These are going to be pricey. These are the rings I buy for my kits. Be prepared to spend 5k or even more for each ring. If you're at this point where this is like the last thing you have to upgrade, then this is what you're going to spend. And usually I check the market like every couple of days for these because the prices will fluctuate depending on how many are on the market. These aren't super common, so sometimes I can get them for under 5k. Sometimes I spend 7 or 8k per ring if I'm, really desperate. So it actually looks like right now we can't find these rings for a good price. I wouldn't buy them at these prices. They'll definitely be a lot cheaper later on. That would be your next upgrade, would be 4 healing rings with legendary. Let's take a look at where we're at. Let's mental note these stats: 149, 310, 46. So we started out with our 13k kit. We upgraded each piece for maybe 1,000 more gold. So this is, I would say, a 25,000 gold kit at this point. And if you've done all those upgrades, then the last thing is to get 4 healing rings. You can do it with purple rings as well. You don't need legendary rings. Purple rings might be more common. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. We want 4 healing vitality rings that we can gem. 1,400, wow. That's insanely cheap. Yeah, that one was just really cheap. If you're on a budget, you can probably settle for double match dam and match power, but I really want the rolls that I want. We're going to be short on cast speed by putting in 2 vitalities. So I really want to have a cast speed roll. I want cast speed and add magic. These got expensive pretty quickly. Let's buy this one. It doesn't have the add match, but it's cheap. Having the extra 2 healing will be worth it. So let's put these on. We've upgraded our jewelry now. We have 20 magical healing with our book out. That's as high as you can really get. We have 152 HP, 310 MS, 38 cast speed. So we did lose some cast speed. Again, one of my rings could have cast speed on them, which I didn't put on. Hold on, we can gem this up. Okay, add magic cast speed. I mean, the rest of your cast speed comes from your main pieces. You need to have 2 or 3 knowledge on each of them. I try to go for 2 knowledge only. This one has 1 awesome cast speed there. Ideally, if you can get 3 knowledge, that's even better. But 40 cast speed is not bad at all. This is really, really good. So this kit is very strong. This is now very close to what I actually wear in High Roller. And if you guys want to see what my stats look like in my own kits, let's take a look. So I pre-made all my kits for High Roller. Let's put it on. So you can see my High Roller kit, 152 HP. It's the same as the kit we just had on with all the upgrades. 20 match healing, of course, 310 move speed, and then 53 cast speed. So an insane amount of cast speed, but I find that cast speed is insanely valuable on Warlock. It's essentially related to move speed. The faster you can cast, the faster you can move. Helps me dodge rangers a lot by being able to cast quick, and it just feels really nice. It's like a luxury. I mean, we can't get much more move speed. We're already maxed out on Agi. Our health is pretty fine, honestly. You can't get much more than this. So cast speed is the stat that makes sense here. And you're getting a lot of value out of this for your shadow bolts, for your Hydra combo, dropping Hydras to block people in doorways. This is as good as it gets for TM Warlock kits, basically. I fought a ton of geared Warlocks, and I've never picked up a Warlock kit that I thought was like, wow, I should just wear this kit instead of my own. People usually have, not enough cast speed, not enough move speed, or some combination of the two. And on top of that, we have magic resistance cap. We're MDR capped in every kit. So that's, again, essential. There's so many wizards in trios, and not so much in duos, but in duos you do fight other warlocks a lot. I've never lost a warlock 1v1 in HR duos, or trios for that matter. When you're wearing this type of kit, you just beat every other caster 1v1. It's really hard to lose. And especially once you have some experience and you know the nuances of the 1v1, it's even better. So that's it, guys. That's my recommendation, how to build your kits for High Roller, for Torture Mastery specifically. I build all my kits the exact same way. I go for the exact same rolls on each piece, with some small variation for the chest, because it already has 4 of the rolls that you want, so you have a free roll there essentially. Yeah, exact same pieces, padded leggings, light foots, radiant cloaks, double vitality rings with cast speed and 4 healing. These are a lot cheaper than wisdoms. So if you build it correctly, you don't need wisdom rings. That saves you a lot of gold. I've always done that. I've always built my kits not only in terms of the optimal stats, but also the optimal gold cost. So for Warlock gear, wisdom rings are the most expensive part of the kit. We can avoid the wisdom rings by just making sure we have enough knowledge everywhere else then we can put on vitality rings. We already optimized our move speed by having padded leggings, lightfoot boots, and then agi everywhere. If I didn't already mention it, I wear the cat skin for 2 extra agi. Again, move speed, your main stat, you're playing a kite class. That's it, guys. That's how I build for High Roller. You guys have already seen the clips, the gameplay, super effective. Pretty much make infinite gold. Even if I spend 50,000 gold per kit, I still profit a ton. You see, I still have so much stuff I haven't sold. We pick up new artifacts every single day. So good luck, have fun with these kits. If you try to build TM Warlock, let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think, how it feels. This is the optimized version of TM Warlock. I fully believe that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.